I wanted to make this video really quick. Thank you to the lovely lady who commented on my last video. You have no idea how much that just touched my soul, like to my core. You know, a lot of times, you know, even though you know that you're passionate about something, even when you know that like what you want to do and why you want to do it and it matters, sometimes you don't really see if like what's the point, like who cares, who's listening, you know, why me? There's so many YouTubers, there's so many more polished, more refined, more popular, more this, that, and the other YouTubers. So it's like when I first got on YouTube almost 6 years ago, I was such a different woman. I was such a different mother. And looking back, even had I stuck with YouTube, like I didn't, you know, it just, everything was just so different. So I look back and I'm like, wow, I'm so thankful for the really hard stretches, the really sore spots, the really difficult things that I had to, you know, grow through, work through, and experience so that I could be the best me. Because had I stayed on YouTube, you know, who's to say my content wouldn't be very different? Who's to say I maybe wouldn't have been my whole authentic self, or I would have still been like half showing up, or still feeling like I need to squeeze into a box that wasn't really my box, wasn't really like, you know, because I was just so like not where I needed to be. And sometimes I want to say this about like when you start loving yourself, when you start caring for yourself in a very different way, sometimes people aren't going to understand, or they may not be as supportive as you would expect, or they think you're being radical or being unrealistic, or like, what's this new thing you're doing? You know, why are you so dressed up? Where are you going? What you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you don't ever, you know, you don't do this anymore. You don't do that anymore. That can happen too. I don't dwell on haters and negative energy and things like that, but it is a possibility, and that is another way to gauge if you're doing this thing right or not. Not all the time, but I know for me, in my real life, I don't wave my finger at other moms and women that don't practice what I practice. I silently and confidently go through my day and my life, and I do me. And you're gonna notice that I'm doing things differently. You're gonna notice that I show up differently. You're gonna notice that certain things don't bother me. You're gonna notice that I don't complain. I don't have, you know, like, oh yeah, these guys, this, that, and the other. Yeah, you know, my kids, this, that, and the other. Oh my God, you know, this, that, and the other. Why? Because I am so focused on the good and what I do have that it's like that would bring myself down. So for the people that notice that, they might ask me, or they might make a little comment, but I'm not out here like, you know, being a hardcore evangelist and like making people feel bad and uncomfortable, like, you know, you're doing this all wrong. You know what I mean? When's the last time? You know, because sometimes it's like people have to make their own choices, their own decisions. But on YouTube, I can speak more freely. On YouTube, I can say, you know I don't know you. I know I have no idea where you are in the world, what your situation is. But trust me, consider this from a stranger. Sometimes it's easier to relate to a stranger. Sometimes it's easier to be, and that's sad to say, like, because it's like, what do you have to lose maybe? Or what, you know, like, and then sometimes too, oh, this is another point. It's something about people that you don't know. You seem to can receive them, like, assume positive intent, be on your best behavior, use your manners, you know, you have a little bit more patience. And then with the people that are close to you, you know, it's kind of like a little bit more edgy. Why? Because you're comfortable. Why? Because, then they've always been your friend. They know that's just how you are. That's just how you talk. and you know, they, this, that, and the other. Relationships, you see that a lot too. Your man may abuse the fact that you're always there for him. So he comes home from a long day at work and literally lays you out as if you're his boss. And you can take it as like, okay, that's his way of expressing himself. He had a hard day. But some people who are empaths, they can't take that. So it's like, why are you fussing at me? Why are you retelling this story so all like worked up and like cussing and like all this? You know what I mean? Did you tell them that? You know, so to wrap it all in, to make it make sense, when I'm out and I see other moms or strangers, I will say, oh my God, I love your makeup. Oh my God, I love your dress. You know, whatever, strike up a conversation. You know, we talk about different things. We get to know each other on a different, very, very surface, very, you know, small talk, chit chat. But it's something we can notice each other in a space. We can notice, you can tell the difference. You can tell a woman that's like, you know, she really is really into preserving her energy, taking care of herself. You can tell the ones that they don't work hard, they don't stress, they don't have any drama, they're not worried about any of these other things. What they enjoy and what they love is their family, their me time, their home life, you know, their fan, like all of that. You can tell that. You can see it. And then it's like energy matches energy, and how molecules, you know, pull together. You're like, oh, I see you. I see you in the mall coming out of the store on a Wednesday at 2 o'clock. I see you. I see you, you know, like at brunch. I see you, you know, enjoying yourself, out and about, just whatever, you know. But you can also tell when you see a mom or a woman who, you know, hasn't had a me day in a really long time, hasn't really rested, like, look, literally not even rested her mind. She is, you know, she's got a lot on her plate. She's not unloading that plate. She's, you know, letting all the things that she can't control affect her emotionally and physically. She's really holding on to those things. She hasn't had, you know, a day to put her feet up and get cute, get pretty. She literally is out looking kind of, you know, kind of tired, just like, hey, I just showed up. I'm here, you know, like looking like no effort, maybe no time. Maybe she didn't have any cute outfits. Maybe her wardrobe doesn't even really have a sense of style. You know, you can, all those little things paint a picture and paint a vibe, an energy thing. It's like a, ooh, you know, like you kind of feel sorry for someone when you see that and you feel that. So, I don't know, like with the YouTube, I just was like, you know, I'm just gonna get on here and I'm just gonna talk as if, you know, I'm talking to a girlfriend, talking to someone I love dearly, but, you know, without wanting to hurt their feelings, because it's like, you know, what are you trying to say? Like, I just want you to be your best self. I just want you to know that, like, I know that feeling. I know all the feelings. I know what it's like to really just, like, not even recognize yourself, and not even, like, even when you are trying to do a good thing, even when you are, that's the biggest thing that I learned with the self-care and the self-love. Without it, at your core and at your foundation, even when you say, I want to start a business, I want to go back to school, I'm in this marriage, I'm in this relationship, I'm a mom, I am an active member in, you know, my community, or with this group, with, you know, my spiritual practices. You could be really busy and doing all the things. Maybe that's not your issue. There are people who are very involved and very, you know, very busy, but they still don't take that same energy and pour back into themselves. So now it's a lopsided. You've got everything else straight. You've got everything else under control except you. And then those things become your identity, but those things aren't your identity. They are outlets for you that need to recharge you, that need to be things that uplift you and make you feel good, but not at your expense. It can't be like, okay, I do so much, I work so hard, and everyone's going to see like all of the, you know, all that I pour into, you know, whatever. You gotta pour into yourself. Then those things, again, like they're not you. They're just things that you like to do, that you enjoy to do, that you also do when you feel like it, when you have made the time after you've taken care of yourself. See? You can't tell me that if your health and your beauty and like how you show up and your presentation and like, you know, your best face forward, whatever style you have, you know, whatever it is, you can't tell me that you can put together the most amazing this, that, and the other, but you aren't together. So all that for nothing. It's going to be like, oh, who put this together? Oh, you did this. And you're like totally depleted. And you look a mess. And you feel a mess. It's like a burnout. So, you know, I have been on every spectrum of it. And that's why for 5-6 years ago, when I said I wanted to do entrepreneurship and have my own business, when I said, you know, I was thinking about real estate and life coaching, and of course also trying to be a not homeschool mom, but my girls weren't school age yet, so I was doing little things at home, plus my struggling relationship, all these things, like there's no way any of those things could succeed and did succeed, because at my core I didn't have routines. I didn't know what I needed, what I wanted. I didn't know who I was, how I needed to show up. I did not put my best face forward. I did not have anything to go off of, anything. And just the last little tidbit, you know, writing things down or putting them in your phone is a great way to keep track. Like, you don't have to plan, you know, like hardcore things. Your planner can literally be for you. Your planner can literally be for, you know, all the things that you love, all the things that you want to do, all the things that you want to explore, all the things that you want to try, you know, from a makeover to trying, you know, working with a stylist, a wardrobe revamp, a new hairstyle, whatever it is. You've got 12 months, 365 days. It could all be committed to you. And watch everything else around you and the people around you really start to notice and get in alignment. And like, you know, even if they don't understand, they will at least respect that you and only you can take care of yourself, and you are doing this for you. I'm dressed for me. I'm not going out here to find a man. I'm dressing and stepping into my day for me. This makes me feel good. This makes me feel sexy. I'm not going out to, you know, please other people and show up because I was simply invited. No, I'm going out because I want to have a good time. I put this on the planner. I scheduled this. I made this a priority. I'm not just, you know, whatever it is. I'm not just, you know, putting on healthy weight and doing a new routine, yoga, workout, whatever, dance class, and dressing differently and eating healthier and doing all the things just so I can just impress everyone else and post about it. No, I'm doing it so that I can have the energy and the body that I want and need for my longevity, for my health. I'm not going to wait for a health scare. I'm not going to wait until I'm trying to get pregnant. And then it's like, oh yeah, let me start trying to eat healthy and lose this weight and do all these things or gain healthy weight. So, you know, my pregnancy can be this and it. You know, all these like, oh, until you have a reason, then you start doing all these things. Oh, look, or even fitting into your wedding dress. That's a big one. All of this hoopla around, you know, your glam, weight loss, waist trainers, you know, getting down, losing so many pounds for this one big day. What about your whole happily ever after? What about even before you even get the man? Why can't you feel like that now? Why can't you wake up every morning like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do? Like, how do I want to show up? How do I want to do my makeup? How do I want to do my hair? you know, what's gonna be my vibe and my look today, because it's Monday. You know, I'm up for promotion, or I want to be up for promotion, or I'm starting my new business, or I'm traveling. Oh my God, you're any day, a Wednesday, a Saturday. What's the difference? You make that determining factor. You make that choice. You can feel like you're about to go on your honeymoon or the morning of your wedding any day, with or without a man. Do you see the picture I'm trying to paint with your self-care and your self-love, and with you prioritizing yourself? So that is why I'm just so passionate about these videos, and that is why I keep going, I keep talking, I keep showing up. And just for the first person, out of all these views, I see the views, and I know somebody's clicking and watching, even if y'all are not watching all, the whole videos. I get it, I'm a little long-winded, but I personally appreciate longer videos. But the fact that someone finally really kind of stepped up to the plate and shared her feelings and her, like, it just made my day, and I just can't thank you again enough. Again, this video was just like a little, just a little blurb, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about and say to her. And until the next, a little bit more focused video, I'm gonna get down this road and pay attention. And thank you as always. Until the next video, peace, bye.